before, but I'm gonna go work on this podium class. I'll be back.
Good seeing you.
May I take that, Peter?
Yes, you may.
Yes.
Okay, guys, we are live.
Are you good? You're good.
We are live.
Yes, you may.
Hey guys, we are live.
And but I was listening to music while I was.
We are live.
This is the best cranberry
There is cinnamon in there. There's some have a muffin. You didn't read the
Not all, I never read all of them. Headlines,
I believe it was a nightmare.
Your own
Would you
food
like
and
some
drink
muffins?
are
Please,
tasty buns, blueberry muffins.
I'll see it. You might be one left over.
But I was I wasn't paying attention, and I doubled the recipe, and so it needed 4.5 cups of flour. And when I was putting them in the muffin tins, I couldn't remember if I'd added the half. I remember doing the 4, but then they seem to be okay. No one's complaining, so they must be.
They rose to the occasion.
Program where they showcase it.
I can be a little bit.
It's like something you're treating. They look
Oh, those
like
delicious.
the names of the same way.
How are you? Good, that's good.
I don't know. We don't have a gift.
This is like what, your second day?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so they let you know we are broadcasting to the world. We have one person watching us so far.
Really? Who's
Yes,
watching?
I don't know. I see there's one person watching us. It could be somebody from China. It could be somebody from, it's called StreamYard. It's very cool. It's all web-based, right?
Yeah.
So you can have people on cell phones or
You
on
know what?
remote
No, you know
things,
what?
and then it merges it in the cloud, right? So you're not bandwidth constrained.
Right, so you can
Let's just put the whole
do
thing
whatever
there,
bandwidth,
put
you
it
know,
over there, and I'll
accept
put
it,
this
and
one.
then it gives you good quality.
Exactly. Yeah, we're broadcasting at 720p, which is fine for what we do.
Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you more on what you were doing with your
So you.
The lift?
lift. Yeah,
Did you
but
see-
I did. I thought that was great. That was the little thing that,
Just comes out and goes up. That's all we want.
that's all you want.
And it's got a left and a right.
Oh,
So
okay.
so there's no like foot thing.
Right, it's on the sides.
Exactly. And
That's sort of like what we were thinking about, but we didn't know what was in the market for it until you start
Yeah.
searching. And it seems pretty reasonable for what you, I mean,
it's like what, $200?
even that, I mean, it's probably you'd be paying more to do all that pulling and all sorts of other stuff.
I mean, I clearly wanted an off-the-shelf thing.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
a matter
yeah.
of finding what
Something
it is.
that would work, that would have a weight and have some support on the side, and be able to be pulled down.
Because I think it was, I talked to half of those people, but I think somebody had suggested like the tabletop lifts that they just have a rise of like 6 or 8
The
inches.
computers can't lift, yeah, I understand too. Because we have some in our office, and I didn't know if it was high, what would high enough or drop down low enough to get everything down so you can cover it.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, so I knew what
So far, you know,
graduation was
it's great.
because
We just have to get somebody that's willing to build it now.
I was on the path.
Well, you get the design, now you got.
Actually, I was,
This is the
I
live
was
streaming.
turning.
This is live streaming,
on-
yes.
On Cross Highway, but
Now,
the
where
traffic
do
on Cross
people
Highway
in
was
Westport
backed up.
see this, or where does it
Just
go?
We put a link on it.
We put a link out. In fact, I was watching it on my phone.
Oh,
But
That one just the members or?
well, if anyone who has that link can watch it, right? But
Have a.
but also it's being streamed on YouTube. It's interesting how you do it. You got this software here, which is all cloud-based. So you go in there and then you connect it to like like our church. Our church has been live streaming since December, and we connected up to our Facebook page and our YouTube
Oh, no,
page.
you can put it.
Right. So then we send them a link, typically like on a Thursday and then like Sunday morning, like 15 minutes before the service. and you just click on the link and it opens up a YouTube page. And
Rush tickets to the beach because all the girls like to take their pictures.
from the camera, yeah. One of the things that, in fact, I was telling Joe, one of the things that's neat about this is that you can have somebody on a cell phone streaming, and you can, essentially, this is your mixer. It's a cloud-based audio and video mixer. But what you can't do, to your point, is, yes, the sound is coming from here, but I can't take an audio source from you and a video source from you. Okay, because sometimes we'll want to do that. You want to have something, but again, it's. Yes, well, not this camera, but in fact, what we have is, we use a different camera at my church, and we put a shotgun mic on.
Right.
Okay, so that it narrows the.
Right, so it cuts out the ambient noise.
Somewhat, yes. Exactly.
But they're probably true, like they're moving.
And, yeah, it's funny, they have a shotgun, and then they have even another term for it that's even narrower, like an arrow microphone or something like that. It's just, it has like 2 degrees of angle. Exactly, which is what you want for when,
especially if you're back and you're trying to pick up the sound from whatever speaking point in a church, unless you're right up close, you really need a very cool device.
exactly. And where this doesn't work for is if you have somebody who is lights and you got a mixer and you want to take that audio,
Yeah, I know, it's
this
weird if
video
I call
feed,
Ted, it'd be
you want
like.
to put the two together. This software can't do it. But I know we're having a whole AV system that goes out there at church, and we'll be able to have all that stuff. Right.
Broadcast either a single person or.
Oh, yeah.
So multiple mics.
Right.
They really are.
Right. Well, it's fascinating what they're doing now. I was very impressed. I've been very impressed with the people who are doing it there. They're putting in like ambient room mics, because when you're at a crowd or something like that, you want to kind of hear the hubbub.
Right.
There's a certain amount of room noise, so you can put that in at like 20%. Right. So when you hear something, it doesn't overwhelm the sound. But you want to know that there's
People there.
a baby crying, there's somebody that's coughing. But they're all, of course, different channels, so you can adjust the levels.
That was all with the sporting events. When I went back and they were playing in the crowd, they were playing that bass surround sound. You could feel, at least for the I watched the TV.
But that's good because the more you hear, the more crowd you have. Right. Like, so if you're watching it and you hear a lot of noise, you know that this place is good.
Right.
Versus it's very quiet. Which is a good thing because then it helps a lot of people that maybe they can't go.
So, thanks to Mark.
We're on live streaming, by the way, so be careful what you say.
So we have one up the other esteemed Rotary Club, because they didn't have Mark Matthias to live stream on Tuesday. They had Rick Benson using all kinds of devices to go on Zoom. I'm not sure. They did. Anyway. So kudos to Mark Matthias, our tech wizard, who has us live streaming for people who don't get up early in the morning or aren't feeling well and can't join us in person. But you should join us in person next week because it's a lot of fun.
Like they should join us every week.
What?
They should join us every week.
You should join us every week.
Ira.
Change it up.
All right.
Yeah, and cut it down. I remember when they were talking about that. We were thinking.
So, by the way, your conversation is not private at this point. So just be aware. Your chances, you heard what Yvonne said about me. So how do you get up the game, right?
I missed it. I gotta go back. Well, we'll pick up. Oh, he's got an 8 there. Yeah, turn the camera around. Maybe it's got one of those. He's got a panic. Yeah. What I was gonna say is that there is a upstairs here.
Right.
They need to
Maybe I'm behind yours.
Yeah. But you would, would you see new vision?
Right.
It's very awesome. DLT is coming into the
Hey, let's start.
So they can have, when the other guys, well, you can do it, you can have somebody coming in.
So everything's working well on your end? Look at us looking at projectors and live streaming stuff.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Now, is this like a paid for streaming service?
What I can do.
And how long does it let you stream?
So
Forever, 20 hours a month.
And is it a link that you send out where people can watch it?
Yeah. Basically what happens is, well, it's actually a cool pack, it's called StreamYard.
Okay.
And it's all cloud-based, cloud-based audio, video, broadcast. And what you do is you can hook it up to your Facebook, and you can schedule it, and you can send out invitations.
Wow.
And then you can put on Facebook, but you can do multiple cameras.
Yeah. And does it archive it?
YouTube archive really archive. Okay. So when you broadcast YouTube, it becomes yeah.
Because we've been looked into for our swim team and stuff. Because I mean, people are just loving the live streaming aspect. You know what I mean? Because it's anybody can watch it anywhere. So family that will go can watch it. So I think people are really going to like it. And I don't necessarily know if they're doing anything more than just archiving. You know what I mean? Like if it's already archived on YouTube and it's archived.
Whoever is doing it, have to be called.
Okay. Because I just don't think it's. I pay like $5.
I grabbed the wrong card.
Oh, that's okay.
They'll need
But I have your email, right? You emailed us.
I did.
Oh, thank you. Nice card.
It's a little old. My brain will since then. But I'd be happy to talk to whoever is in your.
Okay. Yeah, because it's expensive and it's. This one was like, I want to say $5,000 to $7,000. I forget what it was called, but it was. Yes.
And they're putting extra tabs or monitors and, for example, when you have if it fills up, it can overflow. I mean, this is a really comprehensive system. It's not like that's your voice.
No, I mean, we have the infrastructure, it's just, they don't want to Facebook Live, they don't want to do that. They find a program, so something like this may be great. I will definitely thank you. I probably should take that down, that wire. The one that's running from the projector, I'll grab it.
Yes.
Take down the wire.
Okay. Yes. Well, thank you very much.
I was going through my basement one day, a month or so ago.
Oh, that's a scary thought.
Yeah, I mean, I had nothing else to do. And I was going through some stuff that I sort of been interrogating. Some of it's sort of quasi a little it's almost like some of the things I have down there are sort of like a makeup show and tell. It's like, what's this?
Right.
I have a metal pipe washer.
A what?
A pipe washer, washing pipe.
Oh, really? Wow. Were you in print?
My father made metal box. Opens the valve this pipe washer. You can't just leave it like that. What's cool is that's the middle frame.
I used to pet pipe. I was a hunter for a while.
We're live streaming. It wouldn't matter.
One day I was up in 15 years ago. We went up to SeaWorld. I was walking there and I see something and I said, it's just like there was a bloodload type thing. Metal cabinet with a slope top and the doors were like, and those were brass slugs that you set you set it like you said, fill the lead each of these pots had a different drawer.
Called a case.
They were brass. Fit in. There's a liquid in there. Fitting in. I never set my. I sometimes work on the stone with the guy who was the setup.
You have a snack?
I used to have a coin.
One of the guys.
Is that for tightening?
Yeah, for tightening.
We are live streaming, so be careful what you say.
I got some coffee in there.
Ah, okay. Thank you. I'm not a coffee guy, but thank you.
But when I saw it, the pan, that's sort of like a maker. What do you think? Ask this old house, they say, what is this?
Right.
What is that?
It's funny you mentioned the cases. Is that many people don't realize that uppercase and lowercase capitals are different. Because the capitals are and the uppercase, and you have lowercase, which is the lower part of the trade. And I remember one of the Titans and the other one.
I guess it's EM spaces and EM spaces. With EM dashes, the EM dashes. With an EN dash is the width of an M. EM dash is one of the Good morning.
Got it ready to go, huh?
We are live streaming right now.
Oh my God, awesome.
We are on the internet.
Is that our storage cabinet? No.
I think
God
it will
said
be.
we were gonna have storage, so I didn't know.
Oh, you have the projector. Excellent.
Right, we're definitely gonna need it next week. We have a speaker next week. He said he could now come in person, who's planning on doing it on Zoom. So that goes.
Send it to Dan.
I can't, I mean, when you live stream, it's just like a one way. I mean, there's no like back and forth.
Right, people can comment on the.
Yeah, it's like a regular, like Facebook Live, like Facebook Live.
All that traffic last night was,
That wouldn't surprise me.
The baby meeting his grandmother and grandfather in the kids were very funny.
Hey Dennis, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Good. I'm sending this up to Dan Wu.
Yeah. So Chloe and Tori, right? Yeah, they were down there when we kept them.
All right. So we are live and on the internet.
To make your prayers back on for April or whatever?
Probably for April of next year. That's what we're looking at. We're still trying to figure out a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's our target. We haven't announced anything yet because we're still trying to
Yeah, no, I mean,
figure it out.
but I think when you're ready, because No, I'm not sure what, we can look back what, what's planned for 21. In fact, there's change to it.
We've certainly grown and morphed a lot. And given the coming out of COVID, I think there's an opportunity for supporting
Oh, yeah. But I thought the guy was one of the founders was kind of like,
basically so many business models they're not doing their big events.
Vinny, but they still get the ad hoc or the licensing or still.
Wow, we're a popular group today. Yeah, Nick is working this summer. He's working at State Park, and Nicole has she's going to be a camp. She's going to be teaching music at Maine. Yeah, she's heading out in about a week. And
Graduated
yeah, Nicole graduated last December.
and went back to a master's or just
In a while. Oh my God! What is that?
How you doing, Mr. Elias?
We're about ready to get started. This morning, Nikki is going to start us off as the opener. Before she gives us her opening comments and remarks, though, I'd ask her to please recite the four-way test, if you would, for everyone. So if you would be so kind, yeah, you could just recite that for everyone, and then we'll go into your opener, and then we'll follow with the play after that.
Okay. Just say the four-way test.
That's right.
And everybody says it with me, I assume?
Yeah,
You can
just
go up there because.
no, you can just say it. You can just say it, and everyone will.
Okay. Is it the truth, number one? Is it the truth? The second one, is it fair? To
all concerned.
And
Goodwill
and
friendships.
And
Thank you very much. Now, if you can share with us some thoughts for the day as your opener, we'd appreciate that. You can come right up here if you'd like. First of all, it's great to see you.
Oh, it's great to see you all.
It's great to see everybody.
Should give a happy dollar.
I know you said to keep it short, but I will try to keep it short. First of all, there's a book I have that is for artists, and it's for artists when they get a little down, to give them a little boost. making them realize that they're not alone and there are other people in the world that have issues, and it gives them many different quotes, and this is one of them. We are all wounded inside in some way or other. We all carry unhappiness within us for some reason or another, which is why we need a little gentleness and healing from one another. Healing in words, healing beyond words, like gestures, warm gestures, like friendship, which will always be like a mystery, like a smile, which someone described as the shortest distance between two people. And I must say, I feel very much this morning, it was so nice to see you all and the smiles. Really, I love that, the smile is a connection with people. And I have other ones, but I want to share with you. I'm sure some of you are familiar with David Hockney. And are any of you familiar with his new book? I got this for my son-in-law, who introduced me actually to David Hockney. And this book is just, it's a treasure. It really is. And it's called Spring Cannot Be Canceled, which is a quote. And I just wanted to read you from the inside, one of the quotes from him, and then a quote that's about the book. It says, "We have lost touch with nature, rather foolishly, as we are part of it and not outside of it. This will in time be over, and then what have we learned? The only real thing in life are food and love, in that order. Just like our little dog, he has a little dog that's pictured in the book as well. And the source of art is love. I love life." And a quote from about the book, which I think really describes it. I'm waiting for my son-in-law to read it, and hopefully I can borrow it back again. We see how Hockney is propelled even forward by the infectious enthusiasm and sense of wonder. A lifelong contrarian, he has been in the public eye for 60 years. He's 80 years old. Yet remains entirely unconcerned by the views of critics or even history. He is utterly absorbed by his 4 acres of northern France and by the themes and has been that have fascinated him for decades. Light, color, space, perception, water, trees. He has much to teach us, not only about how to see, but how to live life. And I can't recommend this. I'm sure the Westport Library eventually will look at it, but it's just one of those books that's delicious. You can open it up any place and read. Because he's such an inspiration. I mean, it's really, and he's truly, several times in the book, he mentioned how much he's enjoying life. He's made that his mission, and he loves where he is, and it's just, and I wish you all that kind of happiness. And it's wonderful to see you all as well.
Thank you, Mickey. Now, if you could just lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we can please stand. That's our flag for today.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, beautiful for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty, above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
Thank you.
Well, if I'm not here.
Okay.
That was,
I
what you can get a 2. Well, I would have started to be I don't want to take these blueberry muffins home because I would eat them. And that would be bad.
Okay.
Okay. Here's a whole other.
A little bit nervous being right in front of the camera.
Yeah, so you know, he's had that.
Yeah, I knew about it.
I
think we need a different table configuration. I'm not sure.
They're down like 2020. No, one year ago now. Didn't lay anybody off. And I hired some sales from so hard to play. And now we're coming out on the other end of it, and stronger than we've ever been. But you know, but it's brutal. It's only one. Yeah. I go it up every day. For the last year, I've got it every day. So our office is in the new place. Out of downtown for a little while, downtown Waterbury, Center Street. We moved out of that. Well, we're completely in the new building, but all the old, you know, the old mill products are still being done in the old building. It's called the office staff. Celine is the plant manager down there. John Costa's retired. Stan's retired. How are you doing? I became a grandfather 5 years ago. So gardening. My husband Josh is doing a medical residency at Short in Long Island, and Manhasset, Long Island. So they live right on the campus of Westport University Hospital. But today they're closing on a house in Greenwich. So they're moving up this way. That's right. Yeah, I don't think that we should be surprising us that but now that
when you started to take out some plantings that are not native,
and how are you guys doing? You look good.
Well, we've got pretty substantial organic vegetable garden. We did they call it spiral garden with blueberry. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Okay, this is how I Now listen up, folks. I'm the president for 2 more weeks. We are live streaming today, thanks to Mark Mathias and his hard work.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark.
I think he needs a round of applause.
But before we do that, I want everybody to know how loud they have to applaud and how loud they have to scream. everything that we are saying is getting picked up on that camera over there. And so be careful what you say, but let's give Mark a And I understand that Bill Lindsay is watching us at home in his pajamas.
Actually, we have 2 watchers now.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, we have 2. So
Okay.
don't know who the other person is,
Oh, you
but
don't know who the other person is. Okay. Well, go on, keep going, and then we'll get going with the meeting. I just want to let you all know that we are live across the country. Have fun. Oh, there we go.
No, they're one bill, and they make a smile. Start out with the diameter of the spine. So I'm getting the other 40 feet wide, spiral real tight surface. I can't get out of my head. Spiral into the center of the spine. You plant into the right into the straw. Straw that's like pressure with it. We can study off that. And then we see all kinds of fertilizer. It's really organic. And the process goes through it's pretty cool. We started everything off with seeds. Pretty exciting. Now it's we've got this going in the front yard. This is the side yard. And the backyard is very easy. It's kind of a mini farm. Yeah, actually it is. It's about the size of this farm. So what new vegetables are you trying to share? If you name it, we probably got it in there. We got everything from standard salad lettuce, tomatoes, kale, everything. I never really got salad, kale, now I am. Mix it in. Salad. Great. Nice to go out. I always garden for one. That was complicated. Everything you need to write. It's easy. When you first come, the judges look around. All the TV shots. Well, that's the trick now. We're trying to spread it out. 4 or 6 months. How do you keep raccoons and things out? So far, we haven't had Yeah, we've got, the front yard's wide open, but then it's on the street, so we don't
Yeah,
have
I just,
a lot of
I have
condoms
to,
there.
I've got
I
everything.
mean, the cornfield's on the side, it's serious fence.
Yeah.
And then the Weaver, very good like that, is kind of close to the house. And it's awesome. And then, there we go. Yeah, the storage. Yeah, we try not to, let the birds were getting in, so now we put some teepees and fish netting and stuff in the house. Now we've got 8 chickens. Wow. Too, so, yeah, chickens. Yeah. No, we've never gotten into that. We thought about it, but that's a whole other cycle of activity of raising and breeding and stuff. We just don't do that. Every couple of years, we just you know, I don't know the answer to that. There was mostly like so I don't know they're kind of
Nice. Yeah, the old days, I was starting to say before.
But I'll bet if you go to the front desk,
so you're gonna have a lot of room. We're just sitting up on the worms. Was this the first year you had to start? First summer, yeah. You'll have and that's okay, because the start is supposed to be just a lot of the fertilization and the season there. Kind of pain and expense too. Next year will be great, and the third year will be another layer of problems. Well, that's good because they'll be higher. You would have been over. Right now it's pretty cool. It's lots of bring some pictures.
He's easy.
Oh boy. Well, I have to talk to you.
It hasn't been bad.
Yeah, I go.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Just wanted to start the meeting since we have things we want to get to before the end of the meeting, which is our purpose for today, which is the club assembly to vote in the new club and the budget for next year. But before we get started, I want to thank Bob and Paul and Bob Salon and Paul Heblish for working as hard as they did to secure a meeting space for us for this week and for the entire summer, and I think we should give them a little round of applause. I'm relatively short notice. I mean, it wasn't that much time that they were given to find a good place, and I think this is going to be a really great location for us, and we'll see where it goes from there. But thanks, guys, for taking on that whole effort. Appreciate it. The other thing I wanted to is that upstairs, as you walk in and take your way to come down the stairs here, on the left-hand side, there's a little concession area, you might say, or caterer that has a space there, which they're known as BLT is their name. And Danielle, who has been our point person here, says that probably within the next couple of weeks, few weeks, they will be given their license again to open up and start selling and serving food. So we'll let everybody know when that happens, so that you'll be able to know that you can come in, and as you come in, you can pick something up on your way as you come down here, so you don't have to bring it with you. And Yvonne doesn't have to stay up all night baking her muffins. So that's just a little bit of.
So good.
They are. They are. Well, we could do that as an assignment, maybe. The way we do the Gillespie Center, we can ask somebody to bake every week. That'll be great. So, I'm going to just now sort of go to the visitors, and I'll just mention, Yvonne, if you don't mind, that we have one illustrious visitor. His arms are crossed. He's staring at me. His head is long. We all welcome you with open arms. Thanks for coming.
For the newcomers, we should tell
I'm
them
gonna-
that Dennis used to be
Yes.
a member and president.
Yeah, I just glossed over that. I said a past president, but
Oh,
Dennis
I
was a past president, and we were very fortunate when he left to join. No. He took us through a lot while he was here, but now he's an active member of the E Club. Is that how it's?
E Club of World Peace.
E Club of World Peace. So thanks for coming today, Dennis. And I wanted to introduce our new members to those of us who haven't been at all of our Zoom meetings. To my left, your right is Bruce Fritz.
Stand up.
To my right, your left, the masked man in the corner, that's Jake Labatt. Welcome. And last night, we had a great time at the dinner that we had over at the Sunset Grill. And Jack was there also, Jack Yang, who's also a new member of the club. So now let's get into Happy Dollars. I'm going to start it off with 10 Happy Dollars because I just want to thank the entire club, the board members, the club members. This past year has been a difficult year for everybody in many ways. But I'll tell you, without the help of everyone, and I mean everyone in this club, we wouldn't have been able to see our way through to this point because there were many clubs, not only in Connecticut, but elsewhere, that just decided that they couldn't meet. And we got up and running with Zoom immediately, and it kept us alive. And so I want to thank all of you for all of what you did to help keep this club going, and we're going to be even stronger going forward with Rick as the president. My goal, they were put aside. My main goal when I took on this role this year was just to keep us going and keep us active, and we can get into that at another time. But thank you all. Appreciate it. Oh, money. Here we go. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Paid by the word.
There you go, big man. Anyone else?
I will match that because on Zoom I keep Happy Dollars and I never seem to send it to you, so I'll put $10 in as well.
Oh, super. Well, you know, I'll let you in on a secret. Jack is going to be the upcoming treasurer, so you can just hand it to him.
Oh.
Not July 1st, right?
Happy Dollars.
Happy Dollars.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Happy Dollars for our president over the last year who has, what can you say, he's done a magnificent job and under difficult circumstances. And if there was a Sunrise Rotary Hall of Fame, George would be in it. I think he deserves a standing ovation for that.
some happy dollars. Last weekend, my father-in-law said we celebrated his 90th birthday, excuse me. We had 21 relatives who flew in from Colorado, who drove in from Massachusetts and Pennsylvania. I was holding babies, twins, if you will. I was being introduced to boyfriends, girlfriends, fiancés. It was just a tear. It was just so much fun. It meant a lot to me to be there. It was a lot of fun. And then on Sunday, because my youngest and oldest daughter and also my son-in-law couldn't celebrate Father's Day this weekend with me, they decided to say, let's go down to the beach. Let's have breakfast down there, a couple, which we did. So it was a lot of fun. It was a great weekend. I really enjoyed it. And I think the other happy dollars, to your point, Ted, George has done an outstanding job. Really enjoyed being part of the board, working with you. It's a lot of fun. You did a great job despite the COVID issues that we all experienced, especially with the difficult times and difficult ways to try to do things via Zoom as opposed to this wonderful in-person meeting. Yvonne, your muffins are outstanding. They are just a hit. And I have to say, I'm so happy to be a part of this wonderful club and to see everybody here in person. So I want to, the other dollars are to all of you for being here and for being a part of this great organization. So thank you.
Another sad dollar.
There is a new rule that whatever you put in today, you have to continue to put in for the rest of the year.
This is a sad dollar. Unfortunately, Paul Lane passed away this past week. He was a legendary coach for Staples football in the 60s and 70s, and he was also a great guy. So,
There's a big move to name
Yeah.
long overdue.
Joe and
I got
Julie.
5 happy dollars. I was gonna say this anyway, but it piggybacks on what Mickey said this morning about friends, smiles, one-on-one contact with friends, and it's great to see everybody here. But as you know, I have a lot of stuff at my house from the Rotary. So as I was going through the stuff last night to bring here, I uncovered something that I wanted to bring out today because it brought back memories from a long time ago, and I wanted to share it. Nick, I found these cards that Mary had collected, and Nick was giving them out. And as of last month, it was 10 years.
Yes,
Very
it
fast.
was 10 years, yeah.
So I want to give these back to you, knowing that she was always there for us, and these are for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Very much. I passed away about 10 years ago, and she had this massive, so this will be one of the door prizes in future. Yes, sir.
Got a few happy dollars. Obviously, very, very excited to see everybody face to face. And just, it's wonderful to just hold hands and hug and everything like that. Shake hands and hug. On a personal level, my youngest daughter graduated high school last night. It's a little bit of a bittersweet dollar. So we'll be empty nesters soon. I think it's the last dollar is because George, you've only got a couple of weeks left, so this is gonna make the lawyers a little bit, maybe not real, but sort of quid pro quo for the presidential pardon we talked about. We're good, we're on it, okay, all right.
Okay, so I have some happy dollars too. I didn't have any ones, so I have a 5.
Would you like change?
No, I'll just talk for a long time. Yeah, it's great to see everybody in person. Thank you, Paul, and whoever arranged for this lovely location. I actually haven't been to the Y until now, so I think it really seems perfect for us. And the muffins are great. To bake. But also I wanted to say, last week I was on vacation on a personal note, and it was awesome because I got to see some of my family members in person that I hadn't seen in over a year in Texas. I got to see my friends from high school in New Mexico. So it was just a really, great opportunity to travel again. Everything went smoothly. Everybody was fine about the travel. And so it's just a great experience. But it's good to be back among all y'all. So thank you. Hey.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. It's wonderful to see everyone here. As I turned into Ellen Raymond Lane, I remembered we had, there was a Rotarian named Ellen Raymond. and the lane is named after him. And he was a member of the Westport Noon Club, I believe, right, guys?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But he used to come to our Friday morning meetings. When I first joined the club, I always sat next to Alan. There was a little table, and Bob was president, and Joe, you were president, and you had the podium, and then Alan sat right in front, and I'd sit next to him. And he was an incredible man. And my happy dollars for all the Rotarians. I don't see Tom Lauer here today either, but all the Rotarians have been in the club for a long time, and those who we lost, including the 5 this past year.
Happy dollars.
Can I start now? I'll try to keep this to the student.
Age before beauty.
Which one's which? So anyway, so a lot of happy dollars. These happy dollars are to our families at home who have now happy that we're out of the house, not zooming. And all that. So they've been very helpful and cooperative and understanding generally about their.
Thank you. What's up?
And now for beauty.
$20.
It's several subjects. First, the crisis with Nick's wife Mary caused Nick to pull back from Sergeant at Arms. I became Sergeant at Arms. Alan Raymond, a member of Westport's most honored, most esteemed other Rotary Club, would come to our meetings because he liked us. And he would, it was my job to introduce the guests. I would say, Alan would say, don't introduce me, very quiet, unassuming. And I would blow him off, introduce him to the club, and announce that we were getting up a package of draft choices to offer to the other club to trade for. Very fine man, really through, up and down, in and out. We miss him, he's a great man. Last night's fellowship event was mentioned. It's Liz and Sheila who did it. Maybe tied for the world's greatest Rotarian with a few other people. We have Yvonne for not only your delicious muffins, thank you, but also I haven't sung a song out loud to anybody over the age of 15 months. Thank you for getting that on me, because we're not known for that.
You want it back?
$50 for George. I mentioned him before. He's up for the Rotary Hall of Fame for taking us through this tough time. We have to invent, I don't know how to do it. We should invent a Rotary Hall of Fame. We don't have one already. And finally, it's really thanks to us. We have service above self. We raise money so that we can give it away. But in reality, I think we're a social organization. We get together, we talk to each other, we do things together. And through COVID times, our club pulled together. Staring at a TV screen is anything but social. So the last happy dollar is for all of us who just pulled together and pulled the club through. Thank you.
Very good, thank you.
So I have.
Beauty before age.
I won't ask who is.
I have 2 happy dollars. One is for George, to thank you for a great year. When you finally agreed to be president a year and a half ago, nobody had heard of COVID yet. So George, I guess the club had been trying to get George to be president for many years, and finally he stepped up and said, this is the year. So thank you so much for doing that. It was really great working with you this year, because it was a very challenging year, but you were always open to new ideas of how to keep us together, how to keep cohesion in the group, with not only with the fun Zoom meetings, but also the Thursday night hangouts, and the, what am I missing? The ideas for membership, the new membership ideas. And it just, you really kept us together. You kept us all smiling at each other, even behind our masks. So thank you. The second happy dollar is, I wanted to just thank the board. I'm leaving the board this year, been on it for quite a long time. But I'm rolling off of the board, turning out. But this board has been really terrific, and I especially want to thank Yvonne for being an amazing secretary and keeping all of us informed about everything. And my co-chair of membership, Liz, who just really pulled a lot of, more than her share of the weight with the membership committee. And we did a great job bringing in a couple of wonderful new members. So thanks, everyone.
Yes, sir.
I have 20 happy dollars. You know, I've missed so many meetings, I probably should give my whole wallet. Just my glasses.
That's enough, don't go any further.
I keep my wallet in my. Anyways, it is very nice to be here in person and to see everybody in person. I look forward to that going forward. And I love this location too, so I'm glad we're moving out beyond the past year and I look forward to seeing everybody. Thanks.
I'd like to give 5 happy dollars. I never imagined back in March when I went to donate blood, that I would get an invitation to join this club.
You sorry?
I'm very happy to have been joined. I'm invited to be a member of this club. I also didn't imagine my first project would be picking up garbage down by exit 17. I was hoping for something a little more fun, but that was great. Spent time with Rick, and we did a good job, and I'm just very happy to be a member of this club.
Yes, sir. Wait, one more. Sorry.
So that's Joe coming your way. Venmo. I have to remember to bring cash.
That's all right.
So 10 happy dollars, covering a few things. George, thank you for being the pandemic president. And getting everyone to here, that's great. It's nice to be back or to be in person. I think this is my first in-person meeting as an official member, so that's a good thing. Another happy dollar for another, under that umbrella of 10. One of my 2 boys got an internship last night. He thought it was going away. It came back his way, so that was good. That's on a personal note. 1 more to go. So if anyone is looking for a summer intern, let me know. We've got 1 more to go. And the rest of the happy dollars are for the members, and I'm looking forward to being in person with people for the foreseeable future. So
We do take credit cards. Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. We have 5 happy dollars. Most of them is wonderful to see everyone again and to be here in person and to have been able to celebrate last night. And congratulations to George on the completion of such a successful year in spite of everything. And to Yvonne, who was sort of the face pulling it together when we were on Facebook. And we were on Zoom. And I think we should make Yvonne our official muffin maker.
I second it.
And on a personal note, our daughter was recently here from LA for 3 weeks. She extended her stay. She was having such a great time working from home, which is our new home in South Norwalk on the water. And she enjoyed it so much that she's coming back next month. So we're right. We're getting a lot more visits now that she can go paddleboarding and kayaking and so on without leaving us. So.
In the distance, we can see each other's buildings across the water.
Yep, and I can see where Nick lives across the water.
So I put away my binoculars.
We'll stop there.
This is a few happy dollars. The first one is for George. And in 2 weeks, I want to welcome you to the Ex-President's Club. And I just want to recognize some of the fellow ex-presidents.
Yeah.
Bob Milan, Ron Holtz, Arlo, and Eileen, and
Joe Razuli.
And so those 5 people is for George, and also the incoming president, and I wish you good luck. And you got a lot of good role models to follow.
Does this mean you're rejoining the Sunrise?
No.
Ex-president too.
Leave me on offer.
Good to be seen, Nick. Thank you. I have 10 happy dollars. George, great year. Thank you very much for your service. I also, it's my pleasure to announce many here, at least half of this club, knows my oldest daughter, Katrina.
Yes.
And President George served with Katrina years ago on the Westport Green Task Force. President-elect Rick coached Katrina in softball for many years. There are many here who were involved with Katrina through the church and other community activities. And 5 weeks ago, Katrina became a mother, so very excited time for her.
Yourself. That's 10 happy dollars. I must say, one of the most profound impacts of the last 15 months is that same $10 bill has been in my wallet because I know where to spend it. It's been a long haul since I've been able to see people face to face at gatherings like this. I thought the only place I was going to see people socially was in the hospital last year. That was about as far as I got, but I'm fine now and I'm glad to be back and look forward to coming to more of your meetings. Can't do the boom crew anymore.
But you can do the kayaks, right? And I think if we have no others, then I'll wind this up so we can get to the business of today's meeting. Before I do that, though, I just wanted to I'll ask Rob actually to do this for me. One of the things which we get as the club Rotary opens opportunities, and we had quite a few interesting experiences and opportunities this past year. Thank you all. Let me just go through very quickly some of the birthdays that we can celebrate this coming week of our members. There's only one member who has a birthday on June 23rd, and that's Ron Holtz. So if we can all wish him a happy birthday. Any more? Don't say anything that we don't have time for. And I don't see Helen here, but Helen has an anniversary of having joined the club this coming week. It was June 26th, 2009, that Helen Garten joined our club. So we have an awful lot of members who are longstanding members, and I think that's a great sign. Moving from that, I just want to say a few things also about announcements so that I can dive into the balance of the meeting. One is we have a food drive on the 26th of June at Saugatuck Church, Saugatuck Congregational Church. Rob is organizing that. He's also handing out these pins right now, so I'm not going to really give him the opportunity at the moment, but I will in a second to give you a little update on that. I'll jump past that to just say that our changeover party is on June 30th at our normal location down at Evan Harding Point at Longshore. The rain date is July 1st, should it rain on June 30th, but we're all looking at the count as the weather report looks good. So there'll be more information to come on that. Liz may have.
I have a couple for you. You have an email, actually saying the deadline.
Fine, then let's kind of report about right now. I think that'll be good. And then now, Rob, if you wanted to tell us.
Thank you. So I want to thank everyone for the first shift that signed up. We have about 8 people. I only need 5. So if anybody in the first shift could shift to the second shift, that would be really nice. But I do need help because I don't have but myself to really fill in on the second shift, which is going to be next Saturday, Saugatuck Congregational Church in the rear parking lot. We're going to ask people to bring the loads of food items into the back of the parking lot. We're going to then unload the food from the trunks and vans into the van, which I'll have as a vehicle that will load up from person to person, which is an organization in Norwalk and Darien. We have a food pantry there that needs help in terms of filling the shelves there to feed those in need. And certainly would appreciate if you could, from 12 noon to 2 o'clock, if you can spare a couple hours, put your name on the list. I would appreciate it very much. And again, thank you for those who have already signed up to help in the
first shift from 10 to 12. Anybody have any questions? Okay, I'll pass this along and thank you again.
Any other quick announcements by anyone?
Yeah, I have a quick one.
Yes.
I just want to give you a quick announcement from District 7980. We just, in the midst of a pandemic, we just opened our 58th club, brand new club. It's a total virtual club, it's an e-club. It's some of the people from the Cheshire Club, only 3 people left. Our president is 23 years old. It's Terry Marshall Day's son. Lex, it's his second time as being president. He was president of Cheshire 2 years ago. So we're really excited about that. The club is opening up with 24 members. And it just got its charter this past week. And that being said, just real quickly, I just finished my 3 years as district membership chair. It's a lot of work because you're like the district governor, you deal with 57 clubs. I asked to step down because I finished my 3 years. They asked me to continue for another year. I'm not going to do that because frankly, I don't have time. I'm taking another, it's going to be announced tomorrow at our district leadership retreat at Jack's Solomon Island. Taking another job within the district. So you'll hear about that soon.
Great.
One other announcement, in case you haven't heard, hopefully we're going to have a duck race this year. It's going to be virtual. Everything that you do is, except for being on the water and the fair itself, is going to be pretty much the same, selling duck tickets. That's your main responsibility, is reaching out to people and selling duck tickets, just like we've done in the past. We'll have it much more efficient. People will go online and buy these tickets, reach out to the same people. It'll be quick. We'll sell more tickets, I'm hoping, than we ever have before. Remember, 99% of people who buy duck tickets never see the duck race. So if you want to tell them there's an actual duck race in the water because they live in Wisconsin, go ahead. But we won't actually do it. We're going to be doing a virtual duck race. So it's like a raffle. The duck race is a big, elaborate, crazy raffle every year. So we're going to be doing it, but just virtually this year. So I'll get you some more details about that and give you the email templates that you can use to send out like we've done before. So hopefully make this a very big success, and I look forward to everyone's participation.
Are you going to broadcast previous years?
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
What did you say?
Broadcast previous years, like, oh my gosh, the ducks are going the wrong way up the river again.
For fellowship, we can always do a duck sort in my house too. In-person duck sort, but not really a duck sort.
Yeah, and instead of cleaning the ducks, we'll just clean Joe's house.
When
is it? Don't know the date yet. I haven't decided. Probably end of July or early August. Yeah. So it'll be in a little while. We'll have a few weeks to sell tickets. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
Okay. No other announcements from anyone? Then let's get on to the order of the day, which is to elect our next year's board and to approve the budget for next year. I don't know, I have copies of the board members, Rick's board members here that I can pass out. I only have a few copies, but I can announce them, and if there's any questions, then we can take them and then we'll vote on them. So let me just read this. This is the Westport Sunrise Rotary Board for 2021-2022. President, Rick Jaffe. President-elect, Bruce Paul. And why don't you stand up if you're here too, so that everybody who may not be familiar with who we are knows who we're talking about. Immediate past president, that would be me. Secretary, Yvonne Centuria. Treasurer, Jack Mullen. Assistant Treasurer, Jeff Cohen, up here. Membership Committee is Ron Holtz. He's the chair. Charitable Giving Committee, Helen Garten. Hands-on Committee, Rob Hauk. Program, Mike Mombello. Sunshine Provider, Linda Bruce. Youth Services Committee Chair is Holly McCarthy. International Services Committee, Abby Saperstein. Rotary International Foundation Chair, Joe Renzulli. And then there are 3 directors at large: Bob Galan, who is the president, Paul Keblish, one of our newer members, and Mike Hibbard, another new member. So it gives me great pleasure and honor to introduce these members to everybody. If anyone has any questions, if I don't see any hands go up, I'm going to look for a motion to approve this board. Do I see?
So moved.
Thank you. Second? All in favor? Aye. Great, congratulations. It's going to be a great board and a great year ahead. Thank you all.
Has anybody not signed the sheets, the side sheets?
You good on those sheets? Next item is the budget for next year. And if we can get that on our screen, we can show it to everyone. It was reviewed and approved by the current board, so that we've already asked the questions that we felt were appropriate, but if anyone has any that they want to ask. Our current treasurer is unable to make this morning's meeting because of work commitments, but we'll take a look at it, and if we have no other questions, I'll make a motion to approve that. And if it's...
I had it, but we don't need
Okay.
the internet for it. It's up.
Because I did have some hard copies just to pass.
No, it's coming.
So, what else is there?
Slowest there.
Okay, very good. Can everybody read that? No. Good. All right, on the left-hand column is the proposed budget for 2022. And we are calculating the revenue based on 62 members at the current dues, which is $150 per member. We have happy dollars at $1,600, what we're collecting today, for example. Miscellaneous 20, so our total revenue is $20,220. We go down, we see that the expenses, the district dues, we have $2,500 in district dues. Membership is $600 for membership allocation. Fellowship, $2,000 for things such as our fellowship dinners last night and for the changeover parties. We have Sunshine Fund, $300, what we boosted that up a bit from last year. Conferences, district meetings, $1,500, which is where we are invited to attend the various district conferences and meetings that they have, which is beneficial to all of us, and the club pays for the members to go to that. So I think that's a key part of our getting involved in Rotary, so that's a number we should all be welcome. World Affairs Seminar, $1,900, I believe it says. Student of the Month, $400. I could look at it right here. I have it. Without craning my neck. See, I'm not accustomed to this. If I was home right now, I'd have all this stuff rolled right in front of me in different locations, and all I'd have to do is read it. Okay, 4-way test. That's the speech contest. We share that expense with the Noon Club, $375 for that. Hands-on, $1,000 for our hands-on activities. Club publicity, $500. Club supplies, $200. And a new sound system, should we need to get a new sound system, we put an item in there for $3,200, which is what Joe has gotten a quote for a whole new system if we should need it. And then the Paul Harris Award, $250 to go towards our Paul Harris awards and dinner. The total comes to $20,425. So do I see any questions for our budget, the proposed budget? Rick?
Just a comment. Fellowship is such an important part of our club that I've asked the current board to increase the allocation of funds there so we can hold more fellowship events. And membership is a critical component. The inflow of new members, that some of them are sitting in this room, is vital to the health of our club. So We got a little boost there to redo our membership brochure if we need to. And there was one more. Thank you. Hands-on. We have such strengths in this club. Hands-on is one of our strongest committees. It's a wonderful community. Get out and do stuff. And it's how we're a social organization. Joining these committees and getting out and doing stuff is part of the social aspect of our club. So I just encourage everybody to join committees, go to the meeting. I've been on international service for years. It's just a very nice experience to interchange ideas with our other members that are thinking about the same thing. So I hope in the coming year we can all just make sure that we're involved, because it's part of being a Rotarian. It's part of what's fun about this club.
Thank you. So having said that, that is the reason why our budget is what it is. So
Yes.
do I see Yvonne?
Yep, I move we
Motion.
accept that the club members accept the budget as approved by the board.
Second, good. All in favor? Aye, opposed, abstentions? Great. Well. All right, well, that somewhat concludes the business part of this meeting. We have another 15 minutes or so just to have fun, socialize. Anyone have anything else they might like to bring up at this point? Please.
Just real quickly, since we're starting to meet in person, if anyone does not have a badge, a membership badge we lost or whatever, please let me know. We'll be doing a new order for next year. So it'll be the new format like Rob is showing you right now. The new format badge, and then all we have to know is if you want a magnetic badge or a pin back. If you have a pacemaker, you cannot have a magnetic badge out back. It will cause havoc.
I'm gonna need a new one that says ex-president.
Oh, I got one for you.
Oh, boy.
Anybody else out there? Good. Well, let's just have some fun. And I'll conclude the business of the meeting today. Hold on a second. Don't go anywhere.
Stamp looks good too, you know, when
Congratulations.